What is up, guys? What is up? How's it going? My name's Jackal. We're back to do what we do. We're here for Pokemon. We're here for Pokemon Red. We're here to continue doing, where were we at? It's been a few days. Oh yeah, I was in the Sylph building. Hell yeah. But yeah, today is March 6th, and it is kind of an important day for me. Because, here, let me check it out. Before I show you that, though, you gotta promise to just subscribe if you found this. If you're not, you gotta. If I'm gonna show you this special super thing, you gotta make sure that you subscribe. Do it. Don't be lame. One sec. So this is a photo. I don't know. This is from sometime in the 1960s, I have to imagine. This is both my father on the left and my grandfather on the right. Now today is, I'm actually recording this video. This was supposed to be recorded yesterday, but I was tired and I fell asleep. So, the man on the right is my grandfather, and he is the one who, I'm sure I could find other pictures of him if I looked. He is the one on the right who got me into all of the games that I play now at this age. This whole channel is basically a love letter to him. Me and my father, on the left, we played games growing up too, of course. But, my dad was more into like sports games, and we had things that we played with each other. But he stopped playing a lot of like story-oriented games pretty young in my life. He played those a lot more before I was born. But my grandfather on the right there, he basically exclusively played like story games. I used to sit and watch him while he would be playing, Illusion of Gaia, Breath of Fire, Final Fantasies, The Legend of Zelda. So today is his birthday. He would have been 87. He would have been 87 this year. He died in the 60s. Died of a heart attack. He died at 62. Yeah, he died relatively young. He died at 62. Because even though he was always like that thin in his life, he was not very healthy as far as like what he ate. He had like a good metabolism on his body, but that man ate real unhealthy, and he didn't give a fuck. And it ended up killing him in the end. But the man loved his food, and he didn't give a shit about it. This was that same man, the guy on the right, in his later years. This was the grandfather that, this is how I obviously knew him looking like before he passed away. But yeah, when I grew up, this dude was always playing all those old RPG games and shit. So, I mean, this whole channel is kind of dedicated to him. So, I guess on his birthday, I guess it's fitting that I play 2 games today. And both of them end up being RPGs, so I end up truly reliving the old man's dreams. So, yeah. But yeah, now that sappy intro is done, let's continue. What's all this shit? Okay, Porygon. Don't care, not gonna use that Pokemon. "160 techniques." Okay, I know about the Link Pokemon. Alright, let's battle this guy. Dum 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 da 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 da. Shouldn't be any children in here. This guy's like the one guy who takes notice of that. Like, for real. Like, this is not a place for children. Cadaver, you say? Okay, you are actually not the Pokemon that I want for this encounter. We'll go with Fearow, actually. Okay, that is still just fine by me. Okay, so barrier is defense greatly rose. you're fucked now. Now you're bringing out the guy who has, like, no defense. Kadabra's physical defense is doo-doo cheeks. At this point now, just poke him in the eye. It's good enough.
Yes. Fuck yeah.
Alright. Pussies defeated. You know, maybe I should have had him come up. No. Him coming up one more step wouldn't have mattered. They put him there on purpose so it would always block my way. Oh, hey, I have one of those. I'll use Thunderbolt on him. Yeah, and I guess I've told this story before, but, you know, it's not like I have an actual, like, audience, so it doesn't matter if I've told this story before. But one of my favorite, and I still have, like, this gaming memory. It's one of my earliest gaming memories that I actually have. And it's, one of my favorite games growing up, and that was watching my grandfather play, was Illusion of Gaia. Now, one of the bosses in that game is notoriously easy. But for some reason or another, I don't know why, but for some reason, my grandfather could not beat the Viper, the second boss of Illusion of Gaia. Or if you watch this from Europe, Illusion of Time, if that's your region title. But for whatever reason, he could not beat the second boss of that game. He kept dying. And I guess he had spent a full, like, 2 nights trying to beat him and just couldn't. And, you know, I'm over at the house that one day, and, you know, I guess I was watching my grandfather play. And, I remember asking him, like, Tito, can I play? And he kept saying, no. And eventually he got so annoyed that he just kind of, not threw the remote at me, but just, like, handed it to me, like, here. Just frustrated with the fucking game. And first try, I end up beating the boss. And he was fucking so mad about it. He was so mad. Started cussing at my dad, like, this motherfucker, I've been trying to fight this boss for 2 days, and I can't have any luck with it, and he comes in and beats him on the first fucking try. And, you know, that would not ever be my first time doing that. I know I've done this, not just with bosses, but, like, with parts where people would, like, cousins, friends, would bring over video games, whether I had ever played them or not. And was like, here, give this a chance and see if you can get me past this. Like, I was known for being that kind of guy. Like, I was naturally good at a lot of different video games. Not all kinds of video games. I heard there was a kid wandering around. That's me, buddy. But, one of the other times I remember doing that was a friend of mine who, he was actually the reason that I ended up getting into the Kingdom Hearts series originally, because he had, I had a friend come over and, you know, same thing. He was like, hey, I got this game, the game Kingdom Hearts, and I actually can't beat one of the bosses. I'm going to bring it over and see if you can beat it. So, sure enough, he brings it over, and it was the Tarzan world, the final boss of that world. It was like that chameleon that had they could turn invisible. Obviously, chameleon, that's what they tend to do in video games. You know what? I've been pretty systematic. Let's keep it that way. Let's not start walking into random fucking teleporters. I'm just going to keep going down until I get to the bottom, and then start taking shit. Yeah, this doesn't... They took me all the way to the tippy top of this fucking place. Holy shit. Intruder spotted. But yeah, obviously most people know in Spanish, like grandfather is abuelito. Um, the way that my family always just kind of said it growing up, because people get like nicknames to their grandparents, and we got ours from my dad's oldest sister. His sister is the oldest one of the family of like their generation, and she obviously couldn't say that growing up, so it became Tito and Tita. Obviously delineating between grandpa and grandma. And so happy birthday to you, Tito. This one's for you. I definitely would not be playing these games without you. I wonder if he ever had the same problems that I did. Because he didn't have like as many games as I did growing up. But he definitely had a lot. I wonder if he ever found himself having a hard time finishing games. I think because my grandfather was just not as naturally gifted at video games as obviously you would not expect an elderly man to be. I know there was a lot of like skill things that he had a hard time overcoming. Because as I got older, I would help him with a lot of things like that. Anything that took like a little extra finesse work, he knew he could just kind of throw at me and that I'd be able to deal with it. So there is that. I know I did that a lot with him growing up. But yeah, I remember he used to rack up phone bills because this was back in the day where, online wasn't a thing. So to get a lot of help with these games, there was actually a Nintendo Power hotline. And my grandfather used to have my dad come to his house so he could call on his phone because my grandfather didn't want my dad to be the one to rack up toll-free numbers just for him. But yeah, because my grandfather was from Mexico, he could read English, but there would be some things that he would have a hard time with, to where he would have my dad actually call the Nintendo Power hotline to get him help on where to go with certain things. I mean, these games, it's kind of why I learned how to read the way that I did, because my grandfather would, he could read English, kinda. Like I said, he would still need help, but he could read kinda. But for him to both read and then tell me what they were saying was just like an extra level of like language that my grandfather was just like, fuck off. I can't explain it. So I ended up having to learn how to read on my own, because if I wanted to know what was going on in these games, I had to be able to read for myself. Which, as a young kid was a pretty good motivator. Even though I didn't really read books, I read enough through the games that I played growing up that didn't really seem to matter as much. I was a better reader than pretty much almost anybody else that I knew. Alright, well that's all that's available in here. Time to go down the floor and see if we finally reach the fucking bottom. Nope, we're still going down, baby. We're still going down. Quit messing with us, kid. Ooh, I think this is a healing spot, though. Which is super righteous to have in here. And luckily, Electro's fast as shit. Alright, that's fine. Your shit just isn't going to be as effective on me. Cool. Headbutt should work reasonably well on you, though. That is kind of annoying, though. But again, the main move that I have to worry about. Stop it. Na 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 na. Oof. That's fine. Probably took more damage than I needed to, but, you know, it is what it is. You, on the other hand, Brain Blast. Fried him. Ba-da-ba-bum. My dude defeated Rocket. Oh wait, no, this isn't it, is it? No, I thought there was a spot in here that I could heal. I thought there was. Am I mistaken? I hope not. I could have sworn. Maybe there is one and I'm not misremembering entirely. Okay, and we finally made it back, I think, to the very first floor that we were on. Alright, time to start taking teleporters. Was this the first teleporter I took? Alright. Can I solve the maze in here? Maybe. Looks like I fought these chumps. At least there's no random battles in here. Okay, this leads to a main open area that I've already been to. Okay, that's cool. That's actually perfect. I want to be stuck behind places, not behind doors. I wonder if Sylph is finished. Okay, I need a key card for that. Alright. Nothing in here. Oh wait, did I not go up a floor? Oh my goodness, it never ends. There's still so much more for me to do base-wise. Your Pokemon have weak points. I can nail them. I got a pretty wide spread of things that I can nail too, buddy. Don't you worry about it. That doesn't seem like you want to exploit a weakness, Sunny Jim. That seems like you want to do something foul. That's what that feels like. Nidoqueen is low, but Nidoqueen is strong. Strong like a bull. Good. And luckily, Nidoqueen has poison resistance, which is extra nice. I feel like poison isn't really that big of a deal, but so many, you fight so many rockets and so much other shit like that poison ends up being like a thing that's better to be able to guard against than it I feel like should be. But I feel like that's almost just due to the type of trainers that you deal with in the game. I mean, that's why from what I've heard, now I don't know how true this is, but from what I've heard, in Gold and Silver, I've heard Meganium, the leaf evolution tree, the Finalium. Meganium, I've heard, is pretty shite, but also not shite, because I've heard that its stats are almost the same as Venusaur's. But just because of the different types of trainers that you tend to fight in that game, make it less of a useful Pokemon. That's kind of the thing that delineates it. Now for me, I'm doing it the same regardless. Water could be the best one every single generation, and I'd still choose it for my Nuzlocke. It could be the worst, and I'd still choose it for my Nuzlocke. It would never matter. I'm a water boy. That's just it. From the days where it didn't even matter. It's not like I'm ever going to play competitive, so what does it matter? Yeah, but on my grandfather's birthday, it makes me definitely remember all those old days of playing with him and shit. It used to be funny. I remember the way that it went was I was usually in his room or in the game room, and he would just be sitting there just fucking chain smoking cigarettes and playing his fucking games. There we go. If I would have had Electrode around, you would have been fucked. Well, I had him, but he doesn't have any electrical moves at the moment. But I'll drill peck these motherfuckers to death. Doom, 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 doom. There's still more of his brothers. Motherfuckers, it's more like it. Bro, this place is fucking huge. Enough of your silly games. As soon as I get a key card, I'm just gonna run through each floor. Yeah, his cigarette of choice would be Marlboro Lights. Those golden fucking packs are like ingrained into my memory. Bro, I am getting to a point where I am running out of a lot of the PP I can use for things that aren't Charizard. Welcome to the 10th floor. So good of you, Jen. Okay, the 10th floor feels like it should be the last floor before, like, where Boss Man's gonna be. Ooh. That's actually really nice. Hero would love to have a talk with you. Low kick is one of those moves that sucks ass, though. Even if it's not very effective, it still hits fucking hard. I'm stunned. Carbos. Rare Candy. TM26. Alright. Let's deal with all these. TM26 is Earthquake. Oh. Oh, baby. Horn Drill's gotta go. Sorry, I like having a one-hit kill, but the fuck do I need that for? That's amazing. That is amazing, amazing. Ooh. Ooh. You know what? Psychic I can toss. I already have Hypno. Not a Nuzlocke. Don't need it later. Carbos is special? No, it's speed. Alright, whatever. And, just give it to Electrode. I don't even care how far along he's at now. Swift. No, I don't want Swift. I know some of those moves where it's like, oh, it never misses, but not even gonna bother. What up, Doe? Halt. Do you have an appointment with my boss? Sonic Boom. Oh. Don't do any fuck shit. After this battle, I think I'm done. That's a bitch move. You're lucky you're fucking 15 levels weaker than me. Fucking prick. Next episode, I'll figure out my way to going through the rest of the teleporters now that I'm here. Try to figure out how to get that key card and then just raid the rest of this building. Plus I know Garrett is in here somewhere. Or this guy, as we call him around here. You are an incredibly lucky creature, I tell you what. That's super lame. Ooh! That's what the thing. Gotta hit him with the ooh! Don't. Why do you have two moves that can confuse people? Why do you have this? Why do you have Confuse Ray and Supersonic? Ooh, let's do it. Bruh. Fuck yeah. Such a dope move. Esnake. Spam. I elect for spam usage. Hell yeah. Alright. Cool. Let's get to where the next trainer is going to be. Nope, that's it. Alright, well, we have made our way to the tippy top here. That means next time we play this in a couple days, when I come back on Wednesday, we're going to start hitting teleporters and clearing out the rest of the building. We have made it through all the places that are accessible right from the start, and now we do everything else. So, till next time, y'all. Peace.